I think to start off this episode we're going to be going straight to the nether, and I should probably get my sword as sometimes mobs spawn on this platform. Okay, we're good today. There are a few up there which is always very annoying. Okay, let's try and run across here, and then we can go up here and we're safe now. Other than any mobs that spawn here, but the hoglins can't fit, which is good. But anyway, the reason why we're in the nether straight away is because first we need to get rid of this guy before he gets rid of us, and also I think somewhere near here, like maybe here, we're just going to mine up, and we'll also need to make sure that we don't fall down. But we're going to mine up straight until we're below the bedrock. Here we are, right up at the bedrock, and now what we want to do is using the looking at block, which you can get on their free screen if we want. So if we go into there, well actually you can't see on here, but I've got a little coordinate from MiniHUD, shows me. We want to find one that is at Y 127 I think it is. So let's continue looking for that. It seems that this block is a Y27 one, so all we want to do is actually, that one's a bit difficult to get to in a good way, so let's use this one instead. And what we can do is just get our ladders and maybe also a block so we don't have to use them all. There we go, and if we quickly use FreeCam, you'll see there's just one layer of bedrock here. And now we can simply get ender pearls I gathered and use this. And now, as you can see, we're above the bedrock. We want to quickly mark this block, and then we can get to breaking the bedrock now. Here is the first attempt, so we do that, come over here and we do that. And let's hope that worked. So I was using periodic use from Tweakeroo, and that means it basically just holds down the use key. And as you can see, it's as simple as that to break the bedrock. So now we've got a nice hole up here. Seems someone else has already done that. I think I'm going to quickly extend the ladder up one more. No, it's still only one more stick. There we go. So I'm going to quickly extend it up a bit like that. There we go. And now we've got access to the nether roof. And this is very near to our base. And I've got 9 obsidian with me at the moment. So that means we can make most of a portal. Here we go, do that, and then we can do 2 blocks. Okay, so I'm missing one that I haven't got the corners. So I have to go and get the last block. And here is the final piece of obsidian, and let's just fill in the corners, as to be honest it never looks as good when you don't fill in the corners. So let's do that, and now we've got our portal. Here we go, and light it. And let's hope that it connects properly, as we are quite a distance from the normal one, and it probably won't, but hopefully it's near enough to the village. Maybe even it might connect to the right one. Let's see, where is... oh no, it connected to spawn. That is annoying. But at least we have access to the nether roof easily. I'll probably have to move it away from the hole actually and put it in the right position. Where did that nether portal go again? Did it go? Oh, in there. Okay. So let's go back through and I'll reposition it. To start this episode off, I think I'm going to start by building up a gold farm, as I've been gathering a few materials, including these, and if you remember last episode, Bear delivered these to us. So now we have all the materials other than glass, which he's getting, because we're going to be partnering to build it. But he's gathering glass, so I just need to build the rest of it, then we can add in all glass. So let's go into a time lapse I think now. Let's go and do that now. I think, if you heard that sound, I think that's him messaging me now, telling me where the glass is. So let's get straight into one of those time lapses. Next, after that time lapse of building a gold farm, you can now see I am at 402 levels, which is very good. And at the moment, Deathless Fire is AFKing out for more gold. And I want to build a mob farm next for stuff like rockets and other stuff like that. So, a player on the server called, well, he's not on actually at the moment, but I think something like the Happy Bull. Well, he let me come to his base kindly and take some cobblestone, which we'll need for this build, as he uses a lot of blocks. And cobblestone is pretty easy to get, because I already have a load of it, just need a bit more. So anyway, we also need a load of bows, which are right here. So we just need a few of these to craft dispensers, which is so annoying to craft. The reason why dispensers are so annoying to craft is that bows, which are one of the materials, are unstackable, meaning you have to do them one at a time. So we've done one of them, and now why can't I craft anymore? So you should be able to just do that. I'm pretty sure you can use a broken one. Yep, there we go. So you have to craft them one by one. Why isn't it showing up? Oh, because in the crafting, yeah. So now also, because we're using broken bows, we also have to do this one by one. This could be a while. To build this farm up, I think I'm going to do it in stages, and I'm going to build it here. So the iron farm's just over there, and my base is just over here. So it's pretty near, and I'm thinking of expanding more farms into this little valley here. Anyway, so let's get started. So actually, I think first of all, we've got loads of cobblestone in our inventory, so let's just unload it all onto there. And we can start by making a little camp here almost. Let's also make some logs. We can quickly get our crafting table, because we need a few more materials. So, for example, a few chests. 5, that's not enough yet. So 6, that should be... Well, how much do we think we'll get from this? So 1, 2. I want to get a reasonable amount from this. I think I might add filters on actually. Let's go 1, 2, and like that maybe. I think that's enough storage for gunpowder maybe. So I'll add the other sorters on now. I'm now here having the collection system. Well, most of it, still need to add a load of hoppers. But I'm not going close as you can see there are a load of observers firing those dispensers, so it's pretty noisy over there. But basically I've got a few item filters and then the droppers throwing them out into the water stream where they're caught. And then any rotten flesh or arrows will just go into fire. So we'll only be collecting gunpowder and also bones and string. Wow, that is loud though. But anyway, it's time to build up the rest of the build. I now have this big platform in, and if we quickly go in free camp, then you'll see this is what it is. So this will catch all the mobs that fall down and then push them in here. And I've got the water flowing slightly over the edge so that anything like spiders don't get stuck and get pushed right in and then drop down onto these campfires, which will kill them, and then all their drops will be shot out by these droppers into the water stream. Anyway, so that's that, and now it's time to start on the spawning layers. So I'm going to try and do 10, hopefully I have enough materials. So basically we need to go out 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And then what we can do is we want to create a diamond shape, so we just go in one every time, kind of like this. So, oh oops, shouldn't have done that. That one was wasted now. So 1, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, and then so on. So this will be 4, and then this goes all the way up until we reach 7 again. So that will be on this one. So now that we're at 7, we can simply start again, but on this side. And once you've got a platform like this, to make the next layer is as simple as placing some scaffolding at the top of the dispenser, which is in the centre, and then followed by an observer which is facing up, then another dispenser on top of that. And then you start building the next layer from here. So actually I've not got blocks on my inventory. There we go. So now we can just start the next layer. and if you're using full blocks, then you'd see it's 2 blocks high, this gap. The mob farm is now up and running, as you can see, so I added in a few more floors, so now 10, and then also added this roof on, and then added also the buckets in and stuff, and now it's all up and running. And I did forget my crafting table in there. But I've already been running it a bit, and we do have to quickly get the crafting table, as I'll stop mobs from managing to get through. Both picked up, yeah. There we go, so let's just quickly get back up. But anyway, so basically, I've also added the magma blocks, as when some mobs come from the top, they have enough momentum to land over here. So the magma blocks just finish them off and kill them. Now if we come down here, I've got the storage system, and I've already started AFKing it, so we've got a reasonable amount of materials. But now what we're going to do is we're actually going to go behind this mountain there, as behind there is a shopping district, and I want to make our first shop. So here we are at the start of the shopping district, and I think we need to do a bit more to this, as it's not really looking good. And we have to pay 1 diamond block per chunk to build in, so that by the end of the season we'll have a big pile of diamonds. Now we need 2 chunks for 2 shops, but they don't really have any place to go at the moment, so I think we should help out the community and build a little place to put all the nice lovely diamond blocks. That's where we go 1, 2, 3, 1, and 1, 2, 3, 1. There we go. That's a nice sized bit. And then we can maybe move it back a few, like maybe to there. And then we can do 1, 2, 3, 1, 1, 2, 3, 1. Now I just need to do a bit more clearing. So we go all the way up to here. And that should be good. Here we go, and to there and there. Now we have this nice shape here, and we can just fill in with all the logs. Now I personally find these logs a bit too harsh in colour, so we're just going to strip all of them. Oops, meant to have another strip log there. We'll have to throw out that, and we can put like that. There we go. Now we can just strip all of these logs here, even the ones in the corner. There we go, kind of like that. And inside needs a bit of work, so let's say we put that many into planks. There we go. And then we can throw out that and not put water in, but instead put planks in, just like this. So now there's a nice floor. So we will need a lot more planks than that. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Probably even more than this actually, because that didn't even do halfway. And there, the pile's done. And someone else had reserved that chunk over there. And so I moved it over here, so we have this nice pile starting up there. And I also want a chunk. Oh, why did someone do this? Oh, horrible floating trees. Anyway, so basically what you do is you find a chunk. I found one here, and then all you do is you get some signs. Let's just use that birch wood, do that, and then we can create some signs. There we go, and signs. Let's do birch signs, so there we go. Oh, hi. But anyway, let's also get rid of some inventory stuff. And then let's see, this is that swan, that's chunk. Anyway, there we go. And that's all my food. So that has chosen this chunk, but we need to choose our own. So I'm thinking we go relatively near. So we want enough space to build in though. So maybe this chunk? I think if we do a bit of digging away this mound here, and doing a slight bit of terraforming, then we could make this look good. The shop is now done, and as you can see, it looks reasonable, I think. Then also, well, the outside's not really much, okay, it's pretty normal. I also did a little bit to the path to make it look slightly nicer, like with a little lantern and stuff. But on the inside, we're selling all these things: bones, gunpowder, and string. And they're not stocked yet, as I haven't had time to AFK at the farm. But there is also iron, like this, and then also iron blocks, which that has already bought some. And then there's also gold, which that has bought more of too, which is pretty funny. But that's what we have at the moment in this shop. And I do plan on making one more here, as that has decided no longer to build a shop here, so we can do that now. However, as you can tell from the number of people here, we are doing the end raiding to now. Well, not end raiding, we're beating the dragon. But first, we need to get ender pearls for Eyes of Ender, so I have to go down into the nether and get some blaze rods, as that's the other ingredient. And yes, that is a piglin. There we go. Now we have to go all the way down here and find the fortress to get some blaze rods. So, we went to the end, and I died, and I lost all my stuff. And that's quite fun. So now I had to go to the gold farm, do a bit of enchanting, and now we've got all of our stuff back. We've also got a few books here. We also managed to get an elytra and 2 shulker shells, which is pretty good. And, well, didn't mean to do that, meant to press that one. And because we have this creep farm over here, which I think should have been running while we were waiting. Oh no, actually I restarted server before we left. But we've already got quite a bit of gunpowder in here, I think. So if we go in here, yeah, as you can see, we've already got a load of gunpowder from this farm. So we should be able to craft rockets. Let's take maybe 1, 2, 3, 4, and then let's go and craft a few rockets, fly with elytra. And I'm going to buy a breaking book from Burtank, as I don't have a villager for that yet. I already have a mending book. So then we'll be able to fly with our elytra. Now that we've built up our shop, got an elytra and loads of stuff like that, it's time that we go and advertise our shop, as well, we've got some very useful products, which we've already sold quite a few of iron blocks, so we made 4 diamond blocks and quite a few more, but I think we need a bit more advertising, so let's try and do that. But before we do, let's go over the mountain here and right down into the valley. So, if we go past our iron farm, our gunpowder farm, all of that, then we come here. So, as you can see, I've been working hard on this trading hall, and wow, it's noisy when they all refresh their trades. But I've been working hard at it, and it's now kind of finished. Well, it's easy to get villagers in, then you can trade with them, though this villager's being annoying and not getting the trade, so that's a bit weird. But now it is all working, so you can use the selector panel and stuff to choose which one they fall into and all that. And this is working, it does send them to this villager, but now I need to do a system for them to go back up to the entry track. So I'll do that later. But for now it's time to go do some advertising. And also I've been trading loads of iron and we've got all of these emeralds now from that.